Welcome to my full day of eating video. I haven't recorded one of these in a hot minute, so I thought it'd be a good time to update you on what I've been eating on a typical day in my life. So it's about 10 a.m. now. I got up about 8 and my breakfast time depends what I'm doing that day. If I'm working, as you guys probably know, I'm a bartender and server, so if I'm working in the evening, I have to kind of space out my meals appropriately. So today I don't work, I'm just fully working on YouTube and I'm going to the gym. So what I've been trying to do more is drink more water. I am not the best at drinking like lots of volume of it, like just lots of it in general. So I've been forcing myself every morning to drink at least one like bottle. Now, I don't know if it's just me, but I have multiple water bottles, but I have them for different uses / purposes. So this one is like my at-home water bottle. It's like a stainless steel, or if I'm just running around doing errands, I will also bring this one. And this blender bottle has been with me for a few years. It's literally gone through everything. I brought it to Europe, school, just everything. I typically use this one for the gym. It's plastic, but it's BPA free, and I usually throw my pre-workout in here. So this is like strictly my gym water bottle. For yoga, I typically bring this one too because it's hot yoga. The water, it would get warmer quicker. So I already drank a bottle of this. It's super boring footage, so I obviously didn't record it, but I'm gonna try to drink a little bit more while I'm eating my breakfast. But speaking of breakfast, let's get to it. I just went ahead and turned on the other kitchen light because the lighting was throwing me off a bit. So I typically have either cereal for breakfast or oatmeal, depending on the day and what my appetite is like. So today I'm going to be having a cereal, and I'm just gonna have some multi-grain Cheerios. I like to top it off with a banana and a few raspberries. If I don't have fresh ones, I honestly just microwave frozen ones that are good for smoothies. It tastes just as good to me. Like, I don't really care. I just like a little bit more flavor and some fruit to my breakfast. Of course, that's not a ton of protein, so I throw in either almond milk, or this is actually oat milk, and it's the unsweetened vanilla flavor. This is absolutely amazing. You guys need to try it. This brand is the best. I've tried a different oat milk as well, but that brand just, they don't do it right. Like, this is just the one to go with. So I pour about this much milk into my Popeyes cup, and then I throw in some protein powder. So this one is the Impact Whey protein in the flavor Canadian Maple. My protein has literally the best protein flavors. I have a few just sitting right there in my kitchen right now, and I just rotate day to day. I put it in my shaker cup, I shake it up, and then I kind of just drizzle it all over my cereal and the toppings. Absolutely amazing. Let's get started because I'm starving. So I don't weigh everything, but I do like to weigh out the amount of cereal I'm having because it's very easy for me to kind of go crazy with the amount I'm pouring into my bowl. So I do scale it just for that reason. So I think one serving is 30 grams and it's 105 or 110 calories. I usually go for about 35 grams or 40, again, depending on the day. I think I'm gonna go for 35 today. I had 40 yesterday and it was a little bit too filling to go to the gym on with all my toppings included in protein powder. So I think I'm gonna stick to 35 today. I get really lazy when it becomes time to cut my banana, so I literally just take my spoon so I don't have to do more dishes. This is a giant banana too. I typically like smaller ones because if you're still hungry, you could just have another as opposed to one big one. You're committing to having the entire thing. I'm gonna go ahead and open those raspberries. So I'm gonna just take a little handful, just pop them on the top there. For about this much oat milk. It's probably even a little bit too much, but we'll work with it. And then 1 scoop of this protein powder is 100 calories and it's 18 grams. So I usually have about a scoop and a half. The protein whey isolate is better macros. It has a little bit of a higher protein count, except that they don't have as many good flavors to choose from. Not that they have bad flavors, just they don't have as big of a variety. So I just typically like to go with this one, so I still get some of the fun flavors. Play the game. Where's the scoop? Got it. So I take 1 leveled scoop I just kind of eyeball it, and that's about half. It's like my favorite part. Ooh. Then I kind of just drink the rest because I gotta have a good ratio of cereal to milk. Delicious. And then last but not least, we're gonna fill this with water, and we're gonna actually put it in the fridge so when I come home from the gym, it is very nice and cold. And then this one I'm gonna fill now and try to drink at least half of it, and then the other half I will leave for my pre-workout mix. All right, so I filled up half of my blender bottle with water, and I'm gonna go ahead and throw some pre-workout in there. So right now I'm using the Ghost Legend Mango Margarita flavor by Max Tuning. I love this stuff, it's so awesome. I think it's sold out on their website at this point, but this just tastes amazing. So I take one entire scoop. Sometimes I take it right to the face and then chug it with water. But a lot of the time I really like to take my time and sip on it while I'm walking on the treadmill to warm up. So that is what we're going to do today. Now I think pre-workout tastes so much better with ice in it. I love my drinks like freaking cold when they're meant to be. So I'm gonna throw in a couple ice cubes. That should be okay. And lastly, I like to bring a snack to the gym because I am there for quite a while. After my workout, I do walk until I get about 10,000 steps, unless I know I'm gonna be active later on in the day, which a lot of the days that I have like this and I don't work, I don't. So I like to bring some snacks. So I bring an apple, and I also bring a protein bar. This is the one I've got in my house. It's the Pure Protein bars, and this one's in the chocolate peanut butter flavor. This is my favorite flavor out of the trio pack that comes from Costco. The other one is fudge, and then the other one is like chocolate chip chewy bar. This one's the best though. So I'm gonna go to the gym and work out, and you will see me in a bit when I'm going to eat these snacks. So now that I'm done my workout, I'm just going to munch on my protein bar as I go for my walk. I'm usually starving after my workout, so a protein bar is like the perfect thing to tie me over for a couple hours before I get home, or if I'm running errands after I have to get gas, it just ties me over until I'm able to make lunch. And then I'll probably eat my apple when I'm at the mall running some errands. So let's get started on this protein bar. I am back from the gym and my errands, and I am starving. It is 3:45 and I'm having lunch now, I know. So typically if it was up to me and my choice, the time slots I'd have meals would obviously be different. So I mean, today I guess it was up to me, I just didn't plan very well, but I would have breakfast between 8 and 9:30 in the morning. My lunch would be around 1 to 2:30-ish, and then dinner I always have between like 7 and 8:30. Those are like the time periods that I prefer to have my larger main meals of the day. So I just came back from the mall, and sometimes I even pack like food or a lunch when I'm out running errands, so I don't eat anything out, so I'm not spending money on that and having to worry about the excess calories because I know exactly what's going into my own food when I bring it with me. So I am going to make a sandwich, and that apple that I packed with me earlier is going to be my side with my sandwich. I like to have something along my main meal because I feel like I still am a little snacky or hungry after. So I'll do either like raw vegetables on the side with some ranch dressing that's fat-free, or I will save my apple for that and I'll put a little bit of peanut butter on it. So that's what I'm going to put together right now. So a lot of the time our bread is put in the freezer because it obviously isn't as fresh, and it goes bad when it just sits on the counter every single day. It's not as fresh. So this is just the Dempster's ancient grains with quinoa, and for 2 slices it is 200 calories, 3 grams of fat, 8 grams of protein, and 35 grams of carbs, and that's not bad. I prefer this bread. I like the different flavors they have. Like they have the honey oats one, I think it's called. That one's really good as well. Although I don't drink milk, I do still really like my dairy, and by that I mean cheese. I am like a cheese fiend. So I'm opening this Swiss one that my mom bought from Costco, I believe. So it's 30% less fat for a slice. One slice is 25 grams, it's 80 calories, 4.5 grams of fat, 8 grams of protein. Can't find the carbs. And then I just rip the piece in half and I kind of layer it on one another in the toaster. And I turn that on level 4 because since it's coming out of the freezer, it is more frozen. So I like to put it on a higher level so it toasts a little bit more. I believe this apple is an ambrosia apple. It's pretty small. I swear somebody lazy that didn't want to cut apples and pears any longer with a knife just invented this thing, which is pure genius. All you have to do is line it up and put it in the center of your apple. Push down, and you have apple slices. Now, my favorite peanut butter in the entire world is the all-natural peanut butter by Kraft, but it's the sea salt flavor, which is absolutely delicious. So I just put a little bit of this on my apples. If I put this in my oatmeal in the morning, which I didn't eat today, but a lot of the days I do, then I wouldn't have it on my apple as well, just because that's a lot of fat in one day. But I didn't have it in my oatmeal, so I'm going to spread probably about a serving on each slice. Not a serving on each slice, but like amongst all the slices, if that makes sense. I could eat the whole jar of this in one sitting. The best sound to hear. Hot, 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 hot. So I love avocados. I love guacamole as well. I have half of an avocado every single day. They're quite small. They're not the like giant ones from Costco. This one's from yesterday. I used the other half yesterday, so it's browning a little bit. It doesn't really bother me. I've never been affected by it. So I'm just gonna squeeze that right on my toast. And I take a fork and spread it out. How does one manage to get avocado on their foot, you may ask? Then we are gonna take the rest of these ham slices and we're gonna mix it with some turkey slices. I love deli meat. I used to have eggs a lot, but I got sick of them and I didn't like how they made me feel afterwards. So I took a break from those just on their own. So I have 2 slices of this. I'm going to place that on here. I unfortunately don't have the nutrition facts for the ham package because it doesn't say on the double one. It comes with a duo. That one I believe was finished, so that's why it's thrown out in the garbage. But this one is the Maple Leaf Natural Selections brand. Of course it doesn't say either, but I think it's 70 calories per 4 slices, and I think it's 18 grams of protein. Okay, I'm really weird. I like to do my sauces next, and then I put my roasted red pepper, since it's the most wet and absorbs the sauces, last. So I put a little bit of Cholula, which is my new favorite hot sauce. I put just like a few drops. I think I like this so much because it's not so much spicy, but just the flavor of the pepper is really yummy. Then I put a little bit of mustard. I don't really care if it's French's or Heinz. It's not a huge difference to me. And then I take 1 pepper. These are pretty giant, so I like to split it in half. 1 pepper. Sometimes I throw in some salt and pepper, so I'm gonna go ahead and do that today. And ta-da! Doesn't this look delicious? Colorful, nutritious, so yummy. Welcome to the dinner portion of this video. Unfortunately, I am unable to actually record me doing this live, so here is a voiceover. My family's home, so it's just a little bit harder to film when everyone's on the main level of the house during my period of dinner. So I'm making a pasta chicken bowl with a side spinach salad topped with half a bell pepper, some carrots, and a handful of baby cherry tomatoes. And here I am just prepping my pan. I put my toaster to 375 or 350 degrees depending. Today I'm doing 350 and I'm setting it to 35 minutes. I'm going to do half of the time on one side of the chicken and then the other half of the time on the other side. Here I am spraying the pan with some 0-calorie spray. I like to use this as a preference instead of olive oil. I think the portion size on the back of this bag is 2 fillets, like 2 chicken fillets are 1 serving size, but I do 3 just to get a little bit more protein. I struggle with it sometimes. I'm throwing on my spices, some black pepper, some garlic powder, some sea salt, and my secret ingredient of cinnamon. And I know that might seem so odd, but it actually tastes amazing. I'll give credit to my boyfriend for that one. He introduced me to that secret spice. And the rest of the spices and sauces I just showed on the screen will just be going on with the pasta once the chicken is ready. So I put that on for about 12 minutes as a timer, and I started to boil my hot water, or I guess my water that's going to be hot, and I'm going to throw my pasta in that once it's ready. I like to weigh out 1 portion size because, again, I can go crazy with pasta. I love carbs, so these are just little bow tie pastas from the brand Aurora. It's the same brand as that tomato sauce you see on the right there. And while my water is boiling, I started to make my salad. So I made my spinach salad. I'm cutting up my bell pepper into teeny pieces. I'm about to cut up my little baby carrots. It'd obviously be better if they were shredded because they're easy to prepare and easier to eat with a fork in a salad, but these will have to do. Then I have some fresh cauliflower and broccoli that my mom had purchased from the grocery store. And I usually do a frozen veggie mix and throw that in my salad, but I prefer this fresh stuff if I have it. So I just threw a little bit of fat-free ranch dressing right on top. Now that my water is bubbling and is boiling, I can throw my pasta in there to start cooking. My timer went off for my chicken, so I'm going to go ahead and take that out, and then I'm going to flip each fillet, and I'm actually just going to spice the other side the exact same way that I did with the first side. And now I'm throwing it right back in the toaster oven. In the meantime, let's dress the salad so everything can be ready around the same time. I took some olive oil. I try not to even use 1 serving, which is like a crazy amount of calories. So I use like 4 grams, I think. And then I think I used about 15 grams of balsamic vinegar. The one from Costco, the Kirkland brand, is my fave. And then I'm just taking some black pepper and some sea salt again and giving that a mix. Going ahead and straining my pasta. I give my pasta a good shake in the strainer because there is a lot of excess water that comes out with these bow tie type pastas. My timer went off for my chicken, so I took that out of the oven. I put like half a serving of Alfredo sauce. A little goes a long way with the brand Irresistibles, I find, and a dash of tomato sauce so it has a little more of a rosé flavor. And then I take a hot sauce Cholula, which isn't even that hot. I just love the flavor of it, and I top it off with a Parmesan and herb spice. I'm back. So I decided I'm not gonna have a tea tonight. I'm just not really craving one, which is odd because I have one most nights. So I thought I should just go ahead and wrap up this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button, the notification bell, and the thumbs up button so I know to film more future videos like it. I want to do some more exciting what I eat in a day videos or full day of eating videos in the future. Maybe I'll do like a fast food one, and then maybe I'll do like a eating serving sizes for a day of what I typically eat or something like that. I think that would be fun. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye everyone.